Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Hey folks, well, wow, we're almost we're into November. We've got Thanksgiving coming, which means this is the time where the weight just begins to become a big part of my life because of all the good eating. And I want to thank all those precious people in the church that make sure that I get lots of good things to eat. I'm being a little facetious here. I do appreciate all the good food, but man, I got to be careful. Had a very interesting time today, and I want to just take a moment and think about it. The Bible says in Psalm chapter 27 and verse 13, I would have despaired unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of God in the land of the living. Now, I think we've spoken on this before. But a great verse for right now in time. I don't know how you're looking at things, but it's a very interesting time frame that we live in. Lots going on. Things that seem to be at times confusing, confounding, overwhelming. People acting as if some people count and others don't. Those that don't, you almost get the impression they don't even have the right to exist. Kind of sad. Especially understanding that God's greatest creation, actually the very aspect that he took on himself, is humanity. So puts us on a pretty high level, the fact that God exalted us to be a member of his body, actually part in terms of relationship with him, this very special union that we have with Christ. Makes it pretty special. So when we diminish the value of another human being, whether it be in the womb or whether it be a living person that for whatever reason we disagree with, or they have done even horrendous things, we diminish that person. We diminish God, it says in James chapter 3 and verse 9. So I would have despaired had I not believed that I would see the goodness of God in the land of the living. Now, it's interesting in the book of Luke, in chapter 21, when it talks about the fact that in verse 26 that men during the period of time called the tribulation, I believe that's what these verses refer to, says men will be fainting from fear and the expectation of things which are coming upon the world. Interesting time to be alive. By the way, God planned on you and I being here. I was talking to somebody on the phone just the other day who's going through a very serious surgery. You can be praying for him. It'll probably be over by the time it actually will be, so I'm not going to mention it. But I just said, you know what? Got to stick around because I think we might be seeing each other in the rapture here. Be going up together. Very interesting times. And also an incredible privilege God has allowed us to be alive in the midst of such monumental times in human history. I'm not going to go into all the detail. That's not the point. But the point is that you can certainly feel the tension in the air. It's almost as if, like when I was a child in Virginia, the thunderstorms, when they would come in, you could just, the ionized air, you could tell it long before it showed up. You knew it was coming. You can certainly see that in the way that our world is shaping, the various aspects that are impacting our world today. And you and I are alive right now. God's placed us here for a purpose, to have an impact, to be a testimony, to pray prayers that are effective and effectual, touching the hearts and lives of people, to speak the truth in love, to carry the banner of Christ. It's a great time to be alive. I hope you approach this day and don't let the world and all that's going on in it remove from you the joy that we have in the presence of God. Till next time, friends, God bless you.